So if you have eye strain from staring at the computer all day, or if you've been losing sleep, then investing in a pair of blue light blocking glasses could help. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what features to look for when shopping for blue light glasses, and I'll review some of my favorite blue light glasses for every budget. Let's take a look. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dr. Allen here from the Dr. Eye Health Show, helping you learn all about the eyes, vision, and finding the best vision products. So if you're new here to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. When it comes to shopping for blue light blocking glasses, there's a couple of things you need to know about. The first thing is to not fall for the eye-catching advertisements of a laser pointer going through a lens. That looks really cool, but it really doesn't tell you much. The two things you want to keep in mind when you're shopping for blue light glasses is one, what wavelength of light those lenses are going to be protecting you from, and two, what color of lenses you're going to be getting, because some people do not like lenses that have kind of a yellow or even an orange tint to them just because of how they look on their face. Now, when we talk about blue light, we're talking about wavelengths of light from about 380 nanometers of light all the way up to 500 nanometers of light. And if we were to cut that in half, the first 380 to 450 nanometers, that is called the high energy visible blue wavelengths of light. That's the blue wavelengths of light that we see as the color blue. However, it is high energy and has been found in studies to have an increased metabolic demand on the retinal cells of the back of the eye. And there's some theories that it could cause retinal damage, but that is extremely debated amongst eye care professionals and scientists. As far as the 450 to 500 nanometers of light range, that has been found in studies that most significantly impact our sleep cycles. And although all visible wavelengths of light, any light that you're able to see, does have an effect on your melatonin production. That's the sleeping hormone that's produced by your pineal gland in your brain that affects your sleep cycles. The blue wavelengths of light from about 450 nanometers to about 480 nanometers of light, those are the peak intensities that mostly affect our sleep cycles. And it just happens that the peak intensity of blue light emitted by your computer screen and your cell phone also is around 455 nanometers of light. And the second thing to keep in mind is what color the lenses are going to be. In general, the darker the yellow or potentially amber the lenses become, the more protection you're going to have in that sleep cycle range. However, there are some products out there that have a patent on it that give you that extra protection without really changing the lens color. Now, finding a pair of good blue light blocking glasses can be challenging, so I'm going to help at least review some of my favorite blue light blocking glasses that I've tried for every single budget, from the low end that you find on someplace like Amazon all the way to the higher end ones that you find in the optical. Starting off on the budget end, these are blue light blocking glasses from Oiamik, which are off of Amazon.com. Now, I've tried a lot of different Amazon blue light blocking glasses before, and I'll tell you, most of them that you find on there are not very good quality. It's kind of what you'd expect off of the budget line. Now, one of the issues I have is that most blue light blocking glasses that I find on something like Amazon do not tell you what wavelengths of light that they actually block. This brand, I was able to do some digging and find that they block about 35% of the blue light in the high energy wavelength zone, going from the about 380 to 450 nanometer mark, but it doesn't really, I couldn't find any other explanation in the sleep cycle zone. So again, it's what you'd get from a budget pair. But at least with these ones, I did find that the lenses don't offer, they don't really give you too much color distortion. Again, for some people, the colors of the lenses can make or break the big deal when it comes to blue light glasses. These ones offer very little color distortion. They technically do have a little bit of yellow to them, but it's very, very subtle, and I don't really notice it when I'm wearing them at all. The other thing is that these lenses do have an anti-reflective coating on both the front and back surface, and it seems to be a pretty high quality anti-reflective, which is nice because that does help reduce glare when staring at digital screens. But as far as the frame goes and the fit, don't expect it to be that great, as I find the plastic to be very similar to that of something from kind of the dollar store cheaters sort of selection. It's not the very best quality. But if you're looking for protection in the high energy wavelength zone and something on more of the budget side, these have probably been my favorites. Now, for spending a little bit more money going into kind of the intermediate selection of frames, we're talking anywhere from about $50 up to about $125 for a pair of higher quality blue light blocking glasses. You're going to get a higher quality frame. The plastic and the design is going to be much better. The fit is going to be more comfortable. And then the lenses themselves are going to have higher quality lens protection, including their companies telling you how much blue light is going to be blocked at each of those wavelengths, as well as kind of different selections of what type of lenses you're going to get. Are you going to get ones that are more clear with less yellow distortion, or are you going to be getting lenses that have more yellow or even an orange or amber color of the lens? The first frame in the intermediate price range I want to mention is Exyra, or Exyra. They are an Australian brand of frames that make blue light blocking lenses, and I find that the frame selection is very good. They do have a pretty good fit and feel to them. If you're somebody who's going to be wearing these glasses more full-time or someplace like maybe the office, then you can certainly look into these. As far as the blue light blocking technology, these ones block about 70% in that high energy visible wavelength zone, up to about 440 nanometers of light, but they only really block about 10% in that sleeping zone. So if you're somebody who's more concerned about high metabolic stress of the retina, you consider this because it blocks about 70%, but maybe not so much if you're worried about the sleep cycle effect. The next two in the intermediate range are going to be from Pixel, and another one is called Felix Gray. Now, I've kind of bundled these two together because I find that the quality of their lenses and frames to be very similar. They're hard to tell from brand to brand, but as far as their protection, they offer two different lens styles. Both companies offer a clear lens, which very little yellow coloration or distortion to the lenses, which blocks mostly around 90% of the light from that high energy visible wavelength zone, which is very good. But they also offer a different lens. Felix Gray calls them sleep lenses, Pixel calls them amber lenses, but they block somewhere around 40 to 50% of the blue wavelengths between 450 and 480 nanometers of light. That's that sleeping light. Again, for the lenses that protect more from your sleep patterns, they do have a little bit more of a yellow tint to them, so do expect you're going to see a little bit more yellow in your vision. However, I personally don't mind that. I find it to be somewhat comforting. Now, the next pair of blue light glasses are from Gunnar. Now, Gunnar is more famously known as the video game glasses, but they also make computer glasses. Now, what I like is that their website is very user-friendly for figuring out what level of blue light protection you want. So their website has a nice breakdown of the exact number and even a bar graph of about 450 nanometers of light. That's right in the middle of between the high energy blue wavelength light and the sleep cycle light. And it'll tell you, hey, do you want clear lenses that block about 35%? Do you want more yellow lenses that block about 65%? Or do you want darker orange amber lenses that block up to 98%? So again, more user-friendly. I do even have a more detailed review of video game glasses like the Gunnar ones here in another video. If you want to check out that video, I'll hook a link up in the YouTube description below, again, so you can check that one out. Now, if you're somebody who's really concerned about how blue light could be affecting your sleep patterns, then you could be looking into this brand. This is from THL Sleep. They specifically go out to focus on making a lens that blocks as much blue light as they possibly can, because that's going to help slow down or stop any sort of melatonin suppression from all of the blue light spectrum. So these orange amber lenses, certainly it's a darker orange color. It's going to look a little different. But again, if you're really concerned about blue light affecting your sleep patterns, then this blocks almost 98% of all blue light, everything from 380 up to 500 nanometers of light. Plus, the lenses do have that nice anti-reflective coating, so it's going to help reduce glare, and it honestly, with looking through the orange lenses, makes everything look a little bit brighter. Again, this brand does have this bright orange color, but at least you're protecting yourself from the full spectrum of blue light. And if you want to know more details about any of the blue light glasses I just mentioned, then you can check in the description below. I'll have some links so you can find their websites easily. Now, if you wear prescription glasses, you're usually going to find the best quality lenses at your local optical. And in the optical, we have several different technologies and different lens, either coatings or lens technologies that can protect against blue light. So we're going to review at least some of those blue light protecting technologies that you can find at your local optical. Now, the most common blue light protection you'll get in a high quality optical one is called Prevencia. That blocks about 20 to 25% of blue light from about 415 up to about 450 nanometers of light. Now, again, that seems like a lower amount, but those are for lenses for people who want clear lenses with little to no yellow distortion in their vision. It's more of an anti-reflective that bounces off and reflects light off of the surface. That's why with this pair of lenses right now, I have Prevencia over my right eye and just a standard anti-reflective UV light coating on the left. And if you look in the light, you can kind of see this purple hue bouncing off the anti-reflective here on the right side, where the other side might be a little bit more green. That purple hue is what you'll get with something like Prevencia. Again, clear lens, but with some blue light protection, more in that kind of high energy wavelength zone. Another brand you could consider are transition lenses. I know these are the transition lenses that go from being clear indoors to being dark outdoors, but that offers a pretty cool opportunity for technology to protect against blue light, where indoors, because the lenses have some protection for blue light, it blocks about 20% when you're indoors in that high energy wavelength zone. And then when you go outside, it blocks all the way up to about 85% outside. Now, the exact wavelengths, whether it's in the high energy wavelength zone or sleep cycle zone, I honestly could not find all of that detailed information, but if I ever do get an update for it, I'll include that again in the description below, just because I want to stay up to date for you guys. But another thing is that you could get transition lenses and then get Prevencia lenses coatings put together, and then you can boost that 20% protection up to about 35% of blue light protection. So there's a couple different options there. Now, this is an older pair of glasses of mine. These ones are made with Kodak Total Blue lenses. Now, this is where a lot of opticals, they're all going to have different lens options depending on what companies they work with, what lenses they carry. The Total Blue lens made by Kodak blocks up to 80% of the blue light in that high energy wavelength zone. As far as going into the sleep zone, I'm not exactly sure how much it protects. Again, I couldn't find that information. But as far as the lens tint, there is a little bit more of the yellow tint, so I do expect that it covers more of the sleep cycle zone as well. But at least for these lenses, they are very high quality. Again, there's a little bit of a yellow tint, but not much. But it is, again, another product you can look into. I think it is important that with whatever optical you go to, that you ask the optician what blue wavelength light protection they offer. Is it something that's in the high energy wavelength zone up to 450, or is it 450 and above protecting you from your sleep cycles? Now, this is from a brand called BluTech. Now, BluTech makes lenses and frames specifically for blue light protection. And they've been in this game for blue light protection for a long time. In fact, they own a lot of patents on blue light protective technologies, and they mainly only work with in-store opticals. So to get a pair of BluTech lenses or even just glasses like these, you probably have to go into your local optical. The real big advantage of BluTech lenses is that they offer protection in that higher 455 nanometer zone, where is the high peak of blue light coming from digital screens, but they do it without really sacrificing the color of the lenses. They have the patented technology that allows them to keep the lenses pretty much virtually clear with very little color distortion while still protecting you from those harsh blue wavelengths of light. So if you're somebody who doesn't like the yellow or orange lenses but still wants that protection, then certainly reach out to your local optical, call around, see if any of the local retailers in your area carry BluTech lenses or BluTech protecting glasses. So eye health question of the day. Which part of this video did you find most helpful, and what is your personal opinion about blue light glasses? If you'd like to learn more about blue light glasses and protecting your eyes from the computer screen, then you can go ahead and click or tap our screen over here to the side and check out our full series. Or if you'd like to see another cool video from Dr. Eye Health, you can go ahead and click or tap the screen down over here. Again, this is Dr. Allen here from Dr. Eye Health, helping you learn about the eyes, vision, and finding the best vision products. Keep an eye on it. We'll talk to you soon.